Oh, that's nice. So I said I wasn't going to do this video, and I wasn't, but then I kind of looked back on some of the stuff that I'd done and went, I might as well just do this video. It's going to take 5 minutes. So, nicing and renicing. I'll cover this more as we go through the video, but in a really quick nutshell, it's basically the nicer a process is, the more likely, well, not more likely, it will allow other processes ahead of it, essentially. So it won't just hang and wait for everything else to run, but a crude analogy would be a really nice person opens a door and there's 20 people behind that person. That nice person or process will let those other 20 people go ahead of them before walking through the door themselves. Now, they won't just stand there and wait for the people to walk through, go around and walk through again for the next cycle. I said it was a crude analogy. Let's just get into it. So you can assign different nice values to threads within the same process. As I mentioned in a previous video in top and PS, you can see the nice number. So let's just imagine we have, I don't know, you know what, let's just quickly create some files. So I'm just going to do touch, test, and test 1, and test 2, and test 3, and test 4. And then I'm going to tar, I'm going to create an archive with, we'll call it a GZ archive. The file name will be test.tar.gz, and we're going to put test, test 1, test 2, test 3, and test 4 in there. And I can see a typo there, so I'm just going to go back and correct that. And there we go. So I'm going to put all those files into that archive. So that's that. Let's remove test and test 1. Do you know what? I'm just going to save myself some time. Let's just do that, and we'll do that. There we go. So now I should just have my text.tar.gz. That was supposed to be test, but it doesn't really matter. It's not really the point. So I've got that tar.gz. Now, if I want to go ahead and extract that, I can do that using tar xvzf if I wanted to. Don't really need the verbose, but it's there. And then I could just do this text.tar.gz. Now I could hit enter on this and it'd work. That's fine. I could also nice this command. So I could do nice -n, a number. In this case, I'm going to make this process really nice to all the other processes. So I'll let all the other processes go ahead of it on the CPU should anything else come along and require it. Now, you're not going to see anything here because this will extract so quick you won't even see it. But there it is. Okay, that happened. Everything went through really quick. But now if you imagine this was a tar.gz of something with 30,000 files or something, that'd take a while to decompress. You would then see the niceness coming into effect because you'd see it take a little bit longer potentially if the CPU was busy. And yeah, that's the kind of scenario where you'd see it. Unfortunately, if I run something like ps grep, in fact I don't even need that, I could just do pgrep tar, you're not going to see anything because it's already finished. So not really the best example, but it exists. I'm just going to remove those files again and just make sure I've got nothing else left. Let's just remove that text as well. Let's clean up after myself. Now let's show you it running with a sleep command. Now, again, it's not really going to affect the speed of the sleep command. The sleep command waits for a certain amount of time to elapse, but we'll be able to see how it looks in top and PS. That's kind of what I want to show you here. Okay, so if I do sleep 240, we'll background that and then we'll nice it. So we'll set it to 17 again, and we'll background that. Now if I do pgrep sleep, we can see that command's there. Brilliant. So let's do ps au. In fact, let's use top. Let's use top. We should be able to see in here the sleep command, which we can because I've got it set up in a tree. So this shows quite nicely. It's quite easy to spot. And you can see here we've got a nice value of 17, which means that it's really nice to other processes. It's going to let everything else go ahead of it. I could also re-nice this right now if I wanted to. So if I just press R, I can set the process ID, which we can see is here, and it's 3561. And then I can press enter. And now it's saying, what do you want to re-nice that to? Well, now I could do something like -20. And that'll change to -20. Oh, correction there. If you want to re-nice something, you need some privilege. Okay. I'm just going to set that as tree view again. And I'm going to just have another look at that. So let's have a look. What was it? 3561. So I'm going to re-nice it. 3561. And I'm going to set that to -19, just for the sake of it. And we can see here, it's a really ignorant process now. It's allowing itself ahead of everything else, essentially. It's not holding the door open for anyone else. It's just walking through when someone else holds it open for it. But you can see now this sleep command has high priority. So it's not very nice command. It's just doing its own thing, okay? You don't have to do it via top. You can also just run the renice command, and you can just set that to -10, for example, and then I can put the process ID again, which was 3561. And, oh, sorry, I need -p there, just for the record. And there we go. New priority is -10. Run top again, we can see, there it is, -10. So it's really easy to nice and renice things. And yeah, I've not really shown you a use case, but hopefully it helps you understand how nice and renicing works in terms of priority on the CPU. And that's it. I'm just going to leave it there. Nice short video.
That's terrible. Your dad should be sent to the pun penitentiary.
Consider yourselves lucky. Nice short one for this one. See you in the next one, which we're going to talk about file permissions and things like that, if I remember rightly. I kind of slipped this in after I'd actually recorded the file permissions one, so I'm pretty sure that's what comes next. Either way, it is actually the last video next. I promise it is coming to an end. I promise. So, see you in the next one.